What is something dangerous to forget? Be sure to subscribe. What you are allergic to? Thank you. Next. Mute and turn off the camera when you are done interviewing. Thank you. Next. Do not put water on a grease fire. Do not put water on a grease fire. It will make the fire grow. If you have a grease fire, place a metal lid or flat pan over the source of the fire to deprive it of oxygen. Turn off the heat source. If you can't do a lid, pour baking soda on it. Edit. Also salt and damp dish towels. From commenters. Thank you. Next. Under the right circumstances, electricity can kill you instantly. And unless you're an electrician, you probably don't know what the right circumstances are. Thank you. Next. When the warning label on something reads inflammable, it means that it's highly flammable. It will burn easily, not otherwise. Thank you. Next. Which pedal is the go pedal and which is the stop? Thank you. Next. Your baby is in the backseat of the car. The amount of parents who forget their kids are still in the car after they lock it and roll their windows up is honestly horrifying. Especially here in Florida, cars turn into ovens and will practically fry your infant child inside out. I can't even handle driving with the windows down with no A/C. I couldn't imagine what it's like for a small infant who's still strapped in to be sweating and crying for someone to get them out. I couldn't imagine the physical pain of coming back and your child isn't moving and is in a pool of sweat. Thank you. Next. To be humble. You'll lose plenty of friends otherwise. Thank you. Next. Don't invade Russia in the winter. Thank you. Next. Your girlfriend's birthday. Thank you. Next. That behind the usernames are actual living people on the other side of the screen. I can't believe how toxic people, even myself, can be. Would we say things like that to strangers IRL? No? Then don't do online either. Thank you. Next. That it's possible to die the next minute. Thank you. Next. There is always a shark behind you. It might be thousands of miles away, but there is one behind you at all times.